There was nothing really that pulled me to Islam, like a specific moment. Like I hear so many stories of people hear the adhan and oh my gosh, it was beautiful and I needed to do it, or they heard the Quran in an Uber or something. I think it was just slowly over time. Just everything sort of seemed like it was meant to be. Like it just made sense. Everything that you hear, like it just made sense. And every time you tried to prove something wrong or um, compare it to Christianity, like you didn't find a way to beat it, I guess. People that are born Muslim and they grew up with it, so they're practicing fasting and they're always seeing it. So they slowly they find their religion and they learn and learn. But when you're a convert, you're kind of thrown in straight away, and there's so much pressure on you to be like a perfect Muslim or not to be judged by others, especially around the time of Ramadan. Okay, we need to fast. Okay, we have to pray the 5 prayers. Okay, we have to do Taraweeh. Okay, we have to do this, and this, and it's like so much pressure. But at the same time, you're still trying to become closer to God. As soon as I would start to wear the hijab, the questions would come in, and I just don't feel like I'm ready, and my knowledge is not there enough to answer all the questions. And goes into also the reason why I guess I haven't been so open with telling my friends and my family my come out story, or like why that I am a Muslim, because I'm not quite there with the knowledge, and I know that as soon as I do it, oh, but what, now you can't do this, and but you don't do this, and why this, and Prophet Muhammad this, and the media this, and Islam this, and I have the answers, but I'm just not strong enough yet, I think, to fully portray it properly. It's all about your heart and your intention, and that you're trying your best, and it may not look as good as other people, but God sees you, and you don't put so much pressure on yourself to be perfect, and focus on the small little details that in the big scheme of things don't really matter. As long as you're trying and you're trying your best, then that's all you can do.
I was returning to my hometown where I was raised, and then I didn't have the courage to keep the hijab, so I took off the hijab, sadly, but at the same time I know I wasn't ready. Wearing the hijab means that you are declaring you're a Muslim to anyone who you see. I wasn't really internally and ready at that moment in time yet in my journey in Islam to be strong enough to overcome the talking, which I knew was going to happen. When I put the hijab on first, I remember thinking, oh, in 6 months this might happen, or I might meet these people and this will happen, and what about that wedding there, what about this, what am I going to wear there? So if you think too far ahead and your mind will race, for sure you're going to be too overwhelmed and oh no, I can't do it. When my second son was born, I was admitted to the hospital with an issue of having gallstones. I remember that evening, it was a Saturday evening, I remember making dua, asking Allah that I really want to wear hijab, and if this stone releases itself naturally, then I will wear hijab. What happened then, subhanAllah, the evening of after I made this dua, like an hour later, I was lying down on the hospital bed and I actually could feel this stone moving, being released. I got all my stuff ready, packed my bag, I went into the bathroom, put on the hijab, and it was at that moment I knew this will be the day I will never take off my hijab again. I am putting it on forever. I knew from my kids the fact that if they were born Muslim, they might take being Muslim for granted. So it was very important to me raising my kids that they never took it for granted. They weren't Muslim because I was telling them to be Muslim. I made it very clear to them that they need to believe in Islam to be Muslim.
Even though I was Christian, I looked into Hinduism and Buddhism and Judaism, and I really thought I was now cornered and there's only Christianity left. So when I then heard that in Islam there is Jesus, it clicked with me that there's another Abrahamic religion I didn't look at. And once I did, it was just really beautiful because it was so incredibly logical. And I cannot stand behind things that are not logical and are not explainable. And God finally was something I can understand. And so going through the midst of this journey of who is God and am I Christian or not, I one night was very, very, like, how do I explain this? I think I felt defeated. I felt very defeated over the dating scene, over my searching for God, not understanding where I'm going. And within not even a month, it completely clicked with me that this is what I was searching for. Islam does have all the answers that my church didn't have, or any other religion I was reading about. And so I converted after just a month. If anyone is struggling with worship, anyone struggling with their relationship with God, but they know of the existence of God, I just wish to remind everyone that that is a privilege that we should be grateful for, and that we have to cherish every single day. Because if you feel distant, then you moved, not God. He is there. And the knowledge of that is the greatest gift we can receive in this life. Yeah.